Hey guys, this is round 2 of addition strategies. This week we're talking addition strategies, and we talked 2-digit in my last video. Now I want to talk 3-digit. 3-digit numbers are no different than 2-digit numbers. Don't let them scare you. We talked that for base 10 blocks, our tens place is represented by a rod because there are 10 units in one rod. Our unit cube is this. This is our ones, so we have 10 of these is in one of these. Well, our flats are our hundreds because there's 100 units, 100 ones, and one flat. So we represent the hundreds place using a flat. So if I have 300s, I'm going to have 3 flats. If I have 600s, I'm going to have 6 flats. So I'm going to show you how we can combine numbers using base 10 blocks with 3-digit numbers. I'll show you compensation as well as using a number line to help solve addition problems. So my problem is 351 plus 236. So I know that there are 300s in the number 351 because I say 351. So I'm going to draw my 3 flats. Okay. I'm going to draw my 5 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my 1 unit. That is how I represent 351 using base 10 blocks on drawing. So then I have 200s, 1, 2, 3 tens, 1, 2, 3, and then I have 6 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've drawn those two because I am combining them. I'm adding them. I'm getting a bigger number, so I need to combine them. Well, I know that 300s plus 200s is 500 because 3 plus 2 is 5. 30 plus 20 is 50. So 300 plus 200 is 500. We just keep adding that 0 the bigger the place value is. So I know that we have 500. We have our 50 over here, 50, and then 60, 70, 80. So we have 580, and then I have 6 over here plus 1 is 7. So I have 587. When you are doing addition with place value blocks, it might be easier to start with your units. It might be easier to start with the hundreds. It's kind of up to you, but you've got to make sure if you go over a 10, it goes up to the next place value. So if you have 10 rods, you're going to have 100. You're going to build a flat. So that's one thing to keep in mind, and we'll talk more about that as we continue these videos. So I'm going to use the same strategy or same equation, but I'm going to solve it using compensation. Now remember, to compensate is to find a different number close that I can kind of go back and forth on as far as what an easier number to work with, because sometimes working with zeros is way easier than working with anything above a 0. So I'm going to look at this 351 because that's pretty close to 350. If I just take 1 away, I'm going to get to 350. So I'm going to subtract 1. Now remember, my last video, if we subtract 1 in addition, we have to add 1 over here. So I'm going to add 1. Okay, so now I've subtracted 1. I've added 1. I've got to rewrite my equation. 351 minus 1 is going to be 350. 236 plus 1 is going to be 237. All right, so now I get to add it, and I'm going to show you how to add place value. So I know the value of my 3 and my 2 are my hundreds place. So that value of that 3 is 300. We learned that drawing our base 10 blocks, remember? 300 plus my 200 here. And I know that is 500. Then I go to my tens place. 50 plus 30. That's going to be my 80. And then I have 0 plus 7. Well, if I have $0 and I get $7 more dollars, I get $7. So now I've expanded them out. Now I've got to compose them back to a number in standard form. So 500 plus 80 plus 7 is 587. Doesn't that match what we just did using base 10 blocks? So all compensation is taking a certain amount from one number and adding it to another number to kind of make an easier number. Not super, it doesn't have to be super challenging. And if that's a strategy that you're not used to or that you don't want to, that you're not comfortable with, that's okay. Choose a different strategy. So now we're going to move on to one last strategy that I covered in the last video, and that is a number line. So let's use this same number or same equation. So I'm going to erase what we just did. We're going to do a number line. Now a number line, especially in addition, I can twist these numbers all up. As long as the numbers stay the same, I can move them in any place. So I'm going to draw my open number line, and I'm just going to start with my biggest number, which is 351. Just happens to be the very first number. It won't always be. So now I'm going to decompose 236 into 236. Okay, so I'm going to jump 200. So I'm going to add 200. Well, 351 plus 200 is 551. Okay, but I'm not done yet. I've only added 200. I still have 36 to go. So I'm going to jump 30. So I know 551 plus 30 is 581. Getting close. And then my 6, I'm going to jump a small 6. 581 plus 6 is 587. Oh my goodness, it matches. All three of our answers match. So we just justified this answer using 3 different strategies. I know this was really fast and furious. I am always willing to help. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I will be happy to answer them, and we will continue going over these strategies. Remember, next week we're going to go over these same strategies but using subtraction. So I will continue to review these. Thanks guys for watching.